But fortunately for the British, 10 ships were hit by bombs that did not explode. Why was this? Successful bombing is more than just a question of hitting the target. The aircraft delivering the bomb must escape the resulting explosion. To ensure this, the tail of a bomb contains a delaying mechanism. This starts with a propeller in the tail. As the bomb falls, the propeller is freed and spins in the airflow. Inside the bomb, it unwinds an arming fork. After precisely 16.5 turns, the firing pin is freed. The firing pin is now separated from the detonator by just a light spring. When the bomb hits, the firing pin sets off the explosion. The ship's defences forced the Argentine aircraft down low. As a result, many Air Force bombs did not explode. When a bomb is dropped from too low a height, the arming fork doesn't have time to unwind fully. The firing pin is unable to detonate the bomb. Argentine naval pilots, however, had an answer to this problem. They were fitting special tails to the standard bomb. The result is called a retarded bomb.
La bomba con cola retardada está diseñada especialmente para ser lanzada a baja altura, y el efecto de la retardante de la cola permite que el avión escape a la fragmentación que se produce en el momento de la explosión. Concretamente, el avión lanzador va a estar aproximadamente 400 metros delante de su bomba en el momento que la bomba haga impacto.
The retarded tail contains a parachute. With this relatively simple technology, naval pilots could attack successfully at low altitude. Had the Argentines solved their bombing problems, the Royal Navy might have lost the battle for San Carlos. Because of the intensity of the bombing, the British decided that they had to have earlier warning of incoming raids. To do this, they detached 2 ships. A Type 42 destroyer with its Sea Dart anti-aircraft missile, the one chosen was HMS Coventry, and a Type 22 frigate, Broadsword, with its modern radar.
We could see a target over land, which the Type 42 could not, probably. We had not the range of weapon to deal with it, but Coventry had in our case. And so we could electronically indicate what we were seeing on our system by data link straight into the Coventry's fire control system, and she could then fire Sea Dart on that data with effect.
This combination gave the British in San Carlos much-needed warning. The 2 ships inevitably became targets.
Ese día era el aniversario de nuestra patria. Dijimos cuando llegamos a la sala, vamos a festejar nuestro día como corresponde. Los ingleses sabían que lo íbamos a festejar y mandaron 2 fragatas, una serie 42 que era la Coventry y una serie 22 que era la Broadsword, como piquete de radar, o sea, para avisar todos los ingresos de aviones de la Fuerza Aérea.
On the 25th of May, we were attacked by simply 2 pairs of A4 Skyhawk aircraft.
Nos empezaron a tirar desde mucho antes. Pegaban cortos los impactos, o sea, yo veía explosiones en el aire y el agua como si danzara, como si bailara el agua delante nuestro, pero corta, o sea que adelante. Y veíamos que esa pared, como pared de fuego, se aproximaba muy rápidamente, hasta que entramos adentro de ella.
And so we rattled off a seemingly inescapable wall of small arms led at this threat and were bombed.
Tiré, pienso que corta porque tenía miedo de chocar contra la fragata. Salté la fragata, miré por mis espejos y no... en el momento en que tiré, sentí varios impactos abajo. Entonces dije, me dieron, pero le pegué, creo.
Luck or no luck, we were hit by one bomb aft, which passed right through the ship, having bounced off the sea, but it did not explode.
Y yo grité, viva la patria, canejo, aprendan gringos de mierda.
So you can imagine the situation at that moment. We'd had a failure with Seawolf. We were wrestling with it because we were aware of another raid coming out and we wanted to be ready to deal with it. We'd been hit with a bomb aft. There was a lot of activity to establish what we could still do, having been hit. And I suppose for a moment or two, bearing in mind there were 100 seconds or thereabouts between the arrival of the two raids, I'm quite certain that momentarily I lost sight of the second raid until somebody said, aircraft green 20, which was a visual indication from the bridge that to starboard by 20 degrees could be seen this other raid coming in. And my excellent team, and they were excellent, they were pounding the keyboard of this system of ours to bring the Seawolf back into control, which they succeeded in doing, and we lined up on this approaching second threat. And I could, again, clearly see it coming in on the little television monitor that I could see from where I was standing in the operations room. And we were about to deal with it when, to my horror, I saw in the television screen, which was looking down the line of sight, the Coventry's bow crossed that line of sight, which prevented us from firing. And then seconds later, she was hit by 2 or 3 bombs and blew up in a very spectacular way.
Coventry was the last destroyer the British lost in the war. The lesson for future warships is that they must be able to defend themselves independently. This is the design of the Navy's latest frigate, which will be in service well into the 21st century.